What's up, YouTube? I'm Guy. Today on the channel, I wanted to talk about the games and shenanigans that Rolex authorized dealers play, because recently I heard one that takes the cake as probably the most ridiculous example. Over on my Facebook group, the JustBlueFish Watch Club, speaking of which, if you're not a member, there'll be a link down below, you should go join. Nevertheless, over on that group, somebody made a post recently about their Rolex authorized dealer pre-sales experience. And it was, I guess I wanted to say there for a second, mind-blowing, but I really shouldn't even go that far. At this point, I should have expected the type of treatment that he got. Nevertheless, it is ridiculous, if not completely unexpected, and yeah, I thought we should talk about it today. So what happened to this guy, this member of the JustBlueFish Watch Club that shared this story? Well, first things first, he went to an authorized dealer some period of time ago and put a deposit down for a new Rolex Submariner in stainless steel, obviously. A watch that is extremely difficult to get your hands on right now, depending on where you're located, maybe regardless of where you're located. Everyone is complaining that they can't get a number of these Rolex stainless steel models. No surprise there, we all know this. Nevertheless, he put down that deposit, and he let the authorized dealer know he is in the military or was going into the military, and he was going to be deployed or stationed overseas, for all intents and purposes, leaving the country sometime in August, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so flash forward a few months later, 6 months later, something in that neighborhood, and he gets a phone call from the authorized dealer, and they say, hey, we have a Submariner in stock. It's here, but we wanted to ask you, when exactly are you leaving the country again? He says, well, I'm leaving in August. And they said, okay, well, we're going to give this one to someone else, but we'll be sure to get you the next one. And it'll definitely be before you leave the country. What? So yeah, that's right. He got rickrolled by an authorized dealer. I absolutely cannot believe it. Now, for those of you that are maybe a little bit younger and you don't know what the Rickroll thing is, it was like a meme on the internet forever ago. Go ahead and Google it. It's really not that funny. But it is effectively what this authorized dealer did to him. Called him up and said, we got the watch. Just kidding, you can't have it. Unfrickin' believable. Now, like I said, I want to say my mind was blown when I heard this story, but in all reality, I shouldn't be surprised. This is just the way that the world is today when it comes to Rolexes. And of course, quote-unquote first world problems. I get it, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're going to put down $8,000 to $9,000 on, a brand new watch, you want to at least be treated, I don't know, respectfully by the people that you're asking, can I please give you my money? Would that be okay? And not having them call you up and say, hey, guess what? We got this watch you've been waiting for months. Oh, you're gonna actually be the next person in line. So this story does have a bit of a happy ending. Luckily, this person posted this story on the JustBlueFish Facebook group and got a lot of feedback from people and decided he was gonna, I guess the next day, jump in the car and head over to that authorized dealer and raise a little bit of hell. And I'm glad he did. They claim, as it turns out, the other person they were going to sell this watch for didn't return the phone call or something, so they'd go ahead and sell it to him. That was very generous of them now, wasn't it? I'm happy that he got his watch. I'm happy that he doesn't have to potentially miss the opportunity of getting it and leaving the country before they actually deliver, but it's a little bit outrageous that they would treat a potential customer spending this much money that way. This opens up a much broader discussion on the way that authorized dealers operate, and it brings to mind a discussion that I had with Clive from the Clive Watch Wrangler channel. Him and I were talking one day, I don't know, this is probably a few weeks ago at this point, and he said that his authorized dealer told him that Rolex stated ADs could no longer hold watches back, ADs could no longer create lists, they had to put the watches out in the case as they come in on a first-come, first-served basis. I thought that was a little bit curious because I know for a fact my authorized dealer doesn't do that, but I haven't spoken with them in a little bit, so I decided I'd go over there and chat them up and see what they said about this. I explained what I was told vis-a-vis Clive's authorized dealer, and my authorized dealer here in South Florida told me that, no, absolutely not. There's no mandate from Rolex that watches have to be distributed in any specific way. And in fact, they do encourage, this was my authorized dealer's words, Rolex encourages the dealers to hold the watches back, mainly to sell them to quote-unquote good customers. And I guess the way he described good customers to me was people that he knew weren't flippers. In other words, they don't want people to come in that are suspected from being out of town. They want them to sell to local individuals. They don't want somebody to come in and buy 5 or 6 of the really hot models that are probably going to put them online immediately and sell them. So yeah, according to him, according to my authorized dealer, they're encouraged to not put the watches out and to not sell them to the first person that walks through the door. As a matter of fact, to only sell them to their more preferred customers. I gotta be honest, all of it is becoming just a little bit too much for me. I'm not saying boycott Rolex, boycott Rolex. That's not where I'm going here. But for me personally, am I gonna buy more Rolexes? Well, hey, it's irrelevant. I can't get any of the ones that I want anyway. It's not like there's a GMT Master 2 Pepsi sitting in the case waiting for me. I really don't think I'm going to get that phone call because although I am a local customer, although they know I'm not a flipper, they also have customers in this area that spend tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on jewelry and the other goods and services that they offer at this location. I am probably not very high on that list, most unfortunately. So let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? Is Rolex doing its potential customers a disservice the way that they're running their distribution network, allowing these games and shenanigans to be played, letting authorized dealers rickroll customers into thinking their watch is here? Nope, just kidding, your watch actually isn't here. I do think they're doing them a disservice, but I don't know what the solution is. In talking with my authorized dealer, he told me this information, which I'll take at face value, I believe him. He said that the demand for these popular sports models in particular is up over 40%, but Rolex can only increase production about 4 or 5% every year. And they are currently working 3 shifts around the clock 24/7 to try to meet demand. The first time in history Rolex has ever done this, apparently. So I get that they're trying, but are they trying hard enough? You know, I don't really know the ins and outs of what it takes to develop a new model, to produce these watches. I know it's a big deal. I just think that they could probably do better. What do you think? Another thing I want you guys to tell me down in the comments, what is the most ridiculous example of these sorts of games and shenanigans that you've personally witnessed or seen or heard of? Yeah, this one has to take the cake for me. Being told, hey, we have that watch that you put a deposit down on, but you can't have it. We're going to give it to the next guy. That's got to be just about the worst one I've heard of. Well, I guess that's going to do this one for today. I just wanted to do this quick video because I read that story the other day on my Facebook group, and yeah, just boom, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was ridiculous. And again, I guess I technically can believe it because that's just the way Rolex operates right now. But it's bad. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. As always, I really do appreciate it. Down in the description of this video, and of course all the videos I do, you're going to find some ways that you could help me out. I would really appreciate it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram for starters. It's super simple. If you'd like to join the JustBlueFish Watch Club Facebook group, I encourage you to do that too. We've got about 1,150 maybe members over there now. It's growing, and it's a really great group of people talking about watches, having a good time. If you'd like to help support me financially, hop over to Patreon. Small donations are adding up, and they do go a long way. I've had a bunch of people hop over there recently and start supporting the channel and supporting what I'm doing here. I greatly appreciate that. Finally, if you'd like to support me without spending any extra money of your own, but you're going to shop on Amazon anyway, think about clicking on my Amazon affiliate link before you head over to Amazon to do your shopping. If you like anything that I've reviewed and you're thinking about buying it, or anything else for that matter, yeah, click on that link first and I get a small commission. It'll just shoot you over to Amazon's homepage and you can shop like normal. And yeah, that would really help me out. Thanks to everyone that has been using that Amazon affiliate link. I greatly appreciate it. All right, well, that's going to do it for now. So, yeah, until the next one, bye now.